For the latest, Olivia Siong joins us from Xinxiang in Henan province. Olivia, your journey into Henan has been fraught with challenges owing to the rain and floods. What's the situation like in Xinxiang where you are?
Right, April. So we are in Xinxiang. This is a small city that's north of Zhengzhou, which was ground zero of these floods in Henan province. And this is just north of the provincial capital. And we thought that there may have been some respite from the rain, and it had stopped raining last night for a little while. However, it had continued to rain overnight and this morning, and where we are is one of the main roads here in the city, and you can just see that it is completely flooded right now. People are wading in the water about knee deep. Where I am, it's about shin deep as well. Cars, you can see, are submerged. They aren't able to pass. In fact, they've had to employ the use of excavators to transport people through these roads. And you can see that there are cars just unable to move and bicycles being strewn across the place. Now, next to this, along the way also is these shops over here. They have, taken things into their own hands. When they saw that it started raining heavily a few days ago, they went out to go and buy and look and source for these sandbags to put in front of their store to try and protect their store. But unfortunately, they were telling me that it was just absolutely of no use. The water levels had surpassed those sandbag levels and rushed into the store yesterday. So right now where I'm standing, you can see the water is about up to my ankles, shin deep, but if we were to go further down, it would be much deeper. But yesterday, even though this looks bad, but yesterday, we were told that the water came about to waist high. So this is supposedly not as serious as yesterday, but certainly the impact people are still feeling. We do know that in Xinxiang, 470,000 people have been affected. And along the way, what is concerning is as well is that we had seen villages that were submerged. As we were making our journey here on the train, we could see in some villages houses submerged, only the roofs of these houses peeking out. And so today we have seen Chinese state media say that rescue teams are on the ground trying to get people out. Also, there are concerns about food, especially as we have also seen that farmland here has been inundated with water, and so there are concerns about supply chains, crops. What's going to happen to all of that? So people really continuing to grapple with this heavy rain that's going on in the province.
The cleanup effort is going to be mammoth, Olivia. Experts have been saying climate change and a lack of preparedness are to blame for the deluge in Henan province. Do you think this is likely to spur any significant changes in flood mitigation plans, such as in terms of infrastructure for the future?
Well, one of the things that we're hearing from people on the ground is that they had heard the weather forecast that there was going to be these heavy rains, but what they didn't expect was the flooding to be so bad. And that is where they are concerned. They are saying, could this have been prevented? Could the damage have been prevented? Could the loss of lives have been prevented as well? So that is something that authorities are going to have to address. We saw Chinese President Xi Jinping come out to talk about it as well. Chinese Premier Xinxiang also speaking about it as well, and he said that people's lives have to be put at the top priority, and they will have to continue to put in money to ensure that their flood mitigation measures are able to handle this sort of extreme weather that is taking place. And this, of course, being called rainfall that they have not seen in 1,000 years. But in spite of that, authorities will probably have to continue to answer many of the questions as people here continue to deal with the fallout from these torrential rains.
Olivia, thank you very much for bringing us the story on the ground. You and your crew, please stay safe out there. Olivia Siong reporting live from Xinxiang in Henan province.